Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is your host with the most, King Gio in the house. Well, today is Sunday, the 27th of December, and this is going to be a session that I want to call What If? And please stay with me for a minute because I need you guys to hear this. Before we go any further, hit that subscribe button, subscribe to my channel, smash that like button, and hit that notification button to let you know when I, King Gio, uploaded a video. Okay, you don't see me enthused because I worked last night. I worked from 11 to 7. I came out and I just woke up. But anyway, so at 12 o'clock midnight, everybody that was getting unemployment, that was getting the $300 unemployment, is not going to get it, right? So here is the what if. What if Donald Trump, which I wouldn't put it past him, decides not to sign the bill, not to sign the $300 for the 300, decides not to sign the stimulus package, decides to say, you know what, hell with it. Let them not get $300. Let them not get the $600. You know, screw it. This is my last few weeks in office. I do what I want. I already got the people that I have. That was the people that were on my team. I already parted them, so I'm okay with that. I'm looking at other legal ways to make sure that when I do go into civil servant, I have the right attorneys to cover me for whatever comes my way, which is the charges in New York or whatever the other states is going to charge him. This is what he is thinking. These Republicans are not with me, so screw them. I don't have to sign no piece of paper. These are the what if he lets the government shut down on Tuesday, which he probably won't. But what if he does? I mean, we're talking about a man who had this bill in front of him for the past few days, and has not signed it because of what he says, the Section 203, and that's basically 203 is that he wants these high tech companies, media like Facebook, Google, Twitter, and all that to be held accountable for when because he they had censored him when he did his campaign towards the end, toward while he was lying. He says freedom of speech or whatever, but anyway, whatever. So here he is. He's holding up millions of people's unemployment money. Come towards the end on the 31st, the moratorium for the eviction runs out. A lot of things runs out on the 31st. A lot of people may not know. And this is just because of a man is butthurt because he lost the election. He's looking every way possible to win an election. He got Ted Cruz. Now, by the way, Ted Cruz is a little pansy. Ted Cruz is a man who in 2016, Donald Trump just crushed on his wife, spoke bad about Ted Cruz's wife, said things that you're like, what? And Ted Cruz said, don't get with my family, blah, blah, blah. And then you see Ted Cruz kissing his ass. You have another Paul Ryan that doesn't want, Paul Ryan and Ted Cruz don't want him to sign this bill. So it just tells you what kind of narcissistic man Donald Trump is. He wants things to be done his way. And come on, let's frankly be honest. If there was any proof of any voting fraud, he should have presented it to him. He should have presented it to in court. But what happened was that he got these idiot lawyers, Giuliani and Sandy Porter, who just wants to get fame. Giuliani already has fame, but he wants to be in the limelight. That old man that got caught in the movie Borat 2 with his hand in his pants in a hotel in Manhattan with a woman, and they got embarrassed and ran out. That's the man. So they feed because they know that Donald Trump is not the smartest man in the world. We all know that he's a quarter short of a dollar. So they feed him bullshit. Instead of telling him, listen, Donald, you lost the game. There's no way that I can prove that there's fraud because there's no fraud. There's no way that we can go to a court and say, listen, we have this, but we don't. So they throw up these frivolous lawsuits, wanting states, courts to hear it, and the courts don't hear it. Now, mind you, all these people that are crying, voters fraud, those are the people that These are the people that they don't understand that the judges, most of the judges that said no, that there is no voter fraud, are judges that he appointed. Pennsylvania judge Alito was one that said there was no voter fraud. The Supreme Court, he chose 3 of those judges. They said there was no fraud. Atlanta hand counted the votes the second time. They hand counted the vote, not by machine, but hand counted the votes, and there was no fraud. His own headman from the cyber force, the cyber security that Donald Trump has. He chose that guy, and he said there was no voter fraud. He said this was the most secure elections that's ever been, the most secure. Bill Barr said, after, Bill Barr was his right-hand man. Bill Barr said, no, there was no fraud. He's not going to appoint a head of council. He's not going to appoint an investigator to investigate. He's not going to appoint none of that, because there is no fraud. So why are you still hanging on to this? Why don't you concede? Why don't you do, this man could have gone out with the grace and the bells to retreat. He could have gone with the, he did the speedy recovery. He did the speed trial for COVID medication. That's about it. He signed the bill to give Americans the small but $600 a relief fund. He could have gone like that. You do something towards the last of your presidency. Even though you're going out, so let me do something, for you to be remembered by. Even though your past 3 years has been a fraud and a failure, but you want to go out with a bang. And he's not doing that. He's doing this to go out in his own terms. He's doing this despite what both parties agreed upon with his stimulus package, despite bipartisan. He wants to just be him because the Republicans are not backing him up. Bill Barr didn't back him up. He's saying that Mike Pence is not doing his job. He's not fighting for him hard enough. These are his people that were with him with his right hand. These are his right hand. The only one that hasn't said anything is Mnuchin. Mnuchin is the other right hand man. But Mnuchin got nothing to lose. Mnuchin got $500 million $300 million in his pocket. That's how much Mnuchin is worth. If you can Google that, he's worth $300 million. So he doesn't care. The Republican Party it should be ashamed having this man, despite after 10 months of only getting $1,200 in stimulus, they came up with this ridiculous number of $600. Then they decided, okay, let's give it to the American people. And then the American people was like, he owes everybody, I'm going to get checks next week because Mnuchin said we're going to get him checks next week. And Donald Trump still hasn't signed it. Because he's a narcissist. He wants things to be done his way. And these are and you Republicans or whomever you want to be called, whoever you are, this is the man that you went and you fought for. This is the man that you say is the best president of the United States of America. This is going to be the worst president of the United States of America. When his numbers come out, you guys are going to be shocked because he hasn't done anything for the country. He really hasn't. And this is not just my opinion. This is something that is facts. You can go on the computer and look for it. You can look for it. These are facts. This man has done nothing for this country that's well-deserved, and you can say, I'm proud. Nothing. He has done nothing at all. So here he is saying that he's holding back American money. He's holding back unemployment. So because now come Tuesday, if he doesn't sign a piece of paper, the government shuts down. Does he care? No. He did this back in 2017? The country shut down? In 2017, the country shut down. You think he cares? No, he doesn't. But this is a person that you guys voted for. A narcissist man who wants to go out in his own term, who wants to say maybe he wants this TV show to come on and everybody's gonna watch him. And then if someone gives him a TV show, what's gonna happen? He's going to bash every Republican that was there. He's going to say this. He's going to say because he's going to get paid anyway. He probably wouldn't even think about running for 2024 because he could be making so much money. It's not even gonna be funny. He wouldn't care. And people love gossip. People love gossip. So think about it, people. Georgia, think about it. This is what you want. for those two senators out there in Georgia who are Republicans, this is who they choose. That's the one you want to represent, whether you're Republican or not. And when you need something, it's going to be held back. When you need something real bad, it's going to be held back. I know some Republicans say, "I'll work for mine," but not every Republican works for this. Because if you look at it, there are more white people on welfare than there are colored or Hispanics. Most of them, if you look at it, not statistically, but if you look at it in the computer and you look at it, more Republicans are on welfare than there are Democrats. Think about that, and that's the truth.